square boxes and other types of boxes. It will take about 6 minutes to figure out what to put this on my somewhere in between. Okay. Men, please stand up. All the men stand up. Come on, faster. Yeah? Yes. Women do all the hard work. We saw them move. Okay. Of all the men standing up, how many men had sex in the last month? Campaign in Bombay, about almost 8-9 years ago. I work for an organization called Population Services International, PSI. It's great to hear all about the social marketing that was discussed. We are a social marketing organization. We work in about 60 countries around the world. I've had the pleasure and again the honor of working in many other parts of the world, including living and working in Africa for about 8 to 10 years, and then in India now for the last many years, in Asia as well. This is not going to work. Almost as hard as putting on a car. Okay. So, this campaign is one story of one particular campaign, and I'm going to talk you through what are some 10 key lessons learned in changing people's behaviors. Bombay has 50,000 sex workers, or it had 50,000 sex workers in 2002. It was estimated that an average sex worker had 2.2 clients per night. I don't know how they estimated 2.2 clients. Clearly some men were not full men. Works out to lots of sex on a daily basis, lots of sex on a monthly basis. Even if half the number or even 80% of that number was protected sex, the fact was there were a lot of people still who were using condoms almost all the time. Some of them were using condoms half the number of times they had sex with a sex worker, but very, very few of them were using condoms consistently every time. So here was the communication challenge. And this was I would say, a lesson learned as the first step in what makes effective communication. Be very, very clear on defining the behavior that you want to change. The world that we work in, with donors on one hand, NGOs on the other, governments and everybody else, everybody's a communication expert. Everybody. If you have an STI, you go to a doctor. You want research and metrics, you have a PhD who will teach you. But communications, everyone's a communication expert. So everyone says, no, this is the behavior you have to change. No, this is something else. So I'm urging all of us, be very, very clear on what is the behavior you want to change. In our communication campaign, it was very clearly this. Men are using condoms with sex workers. Let's get them to use condoms more consistently. Number one. So, identify the behavior, the first I. Second, let's understand what is the insight behind why a person uses a condom and sometimes doesn't use a condom. And this is back to the presentations made earlier. Connect with the audience. Understand his lifestyle, in this case the client's lifestyle. And so we try to understand his behavior. And we learned two important things. One, does a man know about HIV? Absolutely. Does he know that he should be using condoms? Absolutely. Does he use condoms? Yes. He just doesn't use them consistently. Why? doesn't use condoms consistently, we found through research, because A, he makes excuses. He makes excuses to himself. He makes excuses like, when I look at this woman, if she looks okay, then it's fine. I could see some of you doing that last night. I was checking you out.